That's her right here, right? Stop, go. Get out! Nope, she just went back. Okay, she just went to the right. I have right now. Ryan. Okay, go.
How is it that this woman can go into a police station and fire multiple shots and survive almost unscathed? How is it that none of the officers were in fear of their lives to warrant lethal force against the shooter? Is it that the police officers sympathized with her plight and could not fathom using lethal force against her? Was the shooter truly even having a mental health crisis? These questions were asked by many that observed the horrific and terrifying police video of Suzanne Laprise of Plainville, Connecticut firing gunshots inside the Bristol Police Department lobby and even at Bristol police officers. For me, one of the most baffling questions is what sparked this scary incident to begin with. It all began earlier in the day when Suzanne Laprise had an argument with her boyfriend, a retired New York police officer, at their home in Plainville, Connecticut. It also did not help that she was also dealing with personal issues revolving around her children. In the throes of her argument with her boyfriend, Suzanne Laprise stole her boyfriend's 9mm pistol and stormed out of the house. Depressed, Suzanne drove to the nearby city of Bristol to drown her sorrows in alcohol at the Bristol Sports Bar and Grill at 369 North Main Street. At the bar, Suzanne chatted with a woman who was smoking a cigarette outside. Initially, their conversation was centered on hairstyles before almost immediately turning dark. The feelings of worthlessness overwhelmed Suzanne as she discussed with a stranger the helplessness she felt taking care of her disabled son and grappling with the disappointing and hopelessness of failure around her daughter's recent incarceration. The more she talked with the stranger, the more pessimistic she became. The female stranger tried desperately to convince Suzanne to get help and told her to take one day at a time. Suzanne then surprised the woman by telling her that she had taken her boyfriend's gun and that her boyfriend was an NYPD officer. Suzanne told the woman that her boyfriend's gun lacked a safety to prevent an accidental shooting. Suzanne tapped the side of her purse and told the witness the gun was right here, although the woman never saw the weapon. Suzanne said, "I'm going to go to the Bristol Police Department and tell them to kill me, or I will shoot them." The female stranger didn't believe Suzanne and urged her again to seek mental health treatment. The female stranger suggested that Suzanne go home and sleep on it and see how things were the next day. Suzanne agreed. However, Suzanne got into her car and drove south 1/3 of a mile to the police station. Suzanne Laprise parked awkwardly on a raised divider next to the sidewalk, got out, stumbled, fell, and got back up. Another patron of the Bristol Bar and Grill witnessed this and informed the owner. The bar's owner called the police. Suzanne walked into the police station and paced around the lobby, gun in hand, and slapped her hand and the gun against the windows at the front desk, where no one was sitting, and the records division, which was closed for the day. Surveillance video showed her firing 5 gunshots at windows and a door without due regard, as to who or what may be on the other side of them. Officers were ultimately able to subdue Suzanne Laprise with a stun gun and take her into custody. 10 rounds remained in the gun, 9 in the magazine, and 1 in the chamber. The bulletproof glass cost about $26,000 to replace, $10,000 for each of the big windows and $3,000 for the smaller ones in the doors. Suzanne Laprise is a former employee of the Connecticut State Department of Developmental Services, an agency that helps people with disabilities. After 12 years, she retired from the agency in 2020. Suzanne is facing charges, including criminal attempt of murder with special circumstance, illegal discharge of a firearm, criminal use of a weapon, illegal carry of firearms under the influence of drugs/alcohol, illegal possession of a large capacity magazine, criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, and breach of peace. Suzanne Laprise was sentenced to 12 years in prison for firing a gun several times in the lobby of a police department, where an officer fired back, but bulletproof glass prevented anyone from getting hurt. Suzanne Laprise pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree assault in February 2024. She's a 53-year-old with no prior record who had a lot of stressors in her life. Her public defender, Christopher Eddy, said she wanted to kill herself that night, and she's lucky that the Bristol police did not kill her. Suzanne Laprise was indeed very lucky she was not killed. Many people had been killed for far less by police.